3 reasons why you can't get a job. Let's get into why you do not get any job interviews and the mistakes you are making. Reason number 1, you are focused on the wrong job for you. Sometimes the job you did in the past, you can no longer get. I know it sounds crazy, but there are a few reasons this may be the case. So the first reason is your role is in decline. It just may not be needed anymore. The second reason is the industry you were in has automated your position. And the third reason could be the money you made is no longer being offered for that specific role. I've seen many roles split in two. I call it the 2-for-1. So let's say you're paying someone $80,000, $90,000. They end up hiring 2 people for $45,000 to do the role of one person. And I've seen this happen so many times. But now you have to figure out what related roles should you consider. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because it won't be, but it is a necessary step if you want to find a job. Now, the other thing that I didn't include here, but I'm just going to mention it, is another reason is maybe your geographic location is preventing you from getting a job, because sometimes the jobs that you're looking for are no longer in your vicinity, or the company shut down or relocated to another state or country. So that's another reason that could definitely impact your ability to get a job. So what's the second reason? You're unwilling to let go. Now, you may find it difficult to come to terms with the fact that you may not make the money that you made in the past. I have witnessed people turn down decent jobs with good companies paying about $10,000 to $20,000 less than what they made. And so they get an offer, they turn it down, and they keep looking for whatever the money they made. They for whatever reason, they can't let it go. But this is interesting, because the initial response I pretty much heard for almost 40 years is, that is way below what I made before. And I cannot accept that. I cannot survive on that little bit of money. I've heard that so many times. And I would often tell them, it's difficult to pay bills with no money. At least with the job that you're being offered, you can have some money coming in and figure out how to make up the rest. I can honestly tell you that 95% of the people did not listen to me, and they wished they did. Why? Because if you have any experience looking for work, especially if you're out of work, you know that in the beginning, when you first lose your job, that first month or so, you will normally get a job offer. It's usually $10,000, $20,000 less than what you're making. And you literally like, I'm not taking that job. Months later, weeks later, you realize, man, I should have taken that job. Trust me, I went through it. I'm sure you may have gone through it. I know so many people that have gone through it. And I've gotten to the point where I say, you know what? Some money is better than no money. So what's the next reason? Outdated knowledge and skills. So here's the thing. If you've been on a job for a while, it's easy to fall behind and not learn new software or update your knowledge. How does that happen? You may work for a company that doesn't upgrade their software. While you may be proficient in that version, the updated version that companies are now asking, you may not know. Now, here's the catch. I've witnessed people who basically got frustrated when they took the Microsoft Word, Excel, and PowerPoint skills assessment test. And the version that they knew still use the drop down menu, while the newer version used the ribbon. As a result, when they tested them, they didn't know where to look. They were so unfamiliar with the ribbon. Yeah, they clicked on home or they clicked on any of the menu items, insert, right? And they thought they would find the drop down, realizing the drop down doesn't exist anymore. And the other thing you have to think about, if the company is not upgrading their software, you can become complacent. That is not something that you want for yourself. What you want is to continue to learn. We have become a learning society where you must continually improve your skills to stay relevant. That's so important. Failing to do so will cause you to lose out on employment opportunities. So, what do you do? One of the first things you're going to want to do is find a job that's related to the old one. Now, not the same job, but something related to it. Next thing you want to do is make sure you reduce your expenses and keep them low, especially if you're out of work. You literally have to cut things, okay? It's no other way to say this. You have to reduce your expenses. Next thing you're going to want to do is stick to and create a budget if you don't already have one. The other thing is forget the money you made, but try to get as close as you can. I want to share my real world experience because oftentimes people talk from theory. I don't talk from theory. I talk from real world experience. So I was out of work for 3.5 months. I got a job. I really didn't like it. You don't like a job, but you try it. So I tried it. I really didn't like it. It just wasn't a good fit for me. So we decided to part ways. And this was like right before Thanksgiving, a couple of years ago. And I said, all right, I'm going to enjoy the holiday, and then I'm going to look for a job. So I enjoyed the holiday. And then in January, I looked for a job. By the end of January, I had a job. In less than 30 days, like I had a job. The thing is, I had to wait for the training because they was putting together a training for a cohort. So I had to wait for that training. So when I took that job, and I had other offers, that wasn't the only job that I had. I did have other offers, but when I took that job, it was a $20,000 pay cut. But my wife was able to finish her bachelor's degree. I was able to get 2 certificates, my accounting certificate and data-driven decision-making certificate. Total savings was $32,000. Think about that for a second. I took a $20,000 pay cut. On top of that, I got great benefits. I work from home, and my children can go to college for free. So, possible future savings could be somewhere between $50,000 to $100,000 or more, depending on what degree they go for. But they can still go for free. Do you see what I would have missed out on if I stayed focused solely on the money? When the job was offered, I negotiated. They gave me a bump, okay? But it was still $20,000 less than what I was making in that previous job that I didn't feel was a good fit for me anyway. But I had to think long term. And I said, okay, Sean, if you're going to take this hit, what are the benefits of taking this hit? I did the math. How much would it cost me to fill up the gas tank, to pay the toll? Like when I was going to the other job, I couldn't stand. I kind of added up that money. Then I said, okay, how much would it cost me to eat out? And so I added up all that money. Then I thought, okay, I'm working from home. Do I have to buy anything? The job provided everything. I said, okay, cool. That saves money. I said, okay. Then I factored in the wife can go to school for free. I factored in I can keep learning for free. I can keep growing. So once I factored all of that in, plus being home, I said, okay, it's okay. Take the hit. Best move, best decision I ever made. Best decision. What I want you to do is sit down and reevaluate what's important to you. Okay, this is so important. Forget about everybody else. Forget about what society is telling you. Forget about it. Sit down in your quiet place and seriously reevaluate what's important to you. Okay, you have to know what that is. I chose health, peace of mind, my family, and being there for them over money. Could I have gotten a different job paying more money? Absolutely. But it would have took me outside of the home. I wouldn't be here for the kids. And I'll be making the money, but truth be told, I would not be enjoying the money because I'd be so busy working. And I can always get more money, but what I cannot replace is my wife and my children. What will you choose? So what I want you to do is I want you to get the 8 steps to get employers to call you for job interviews. Simple 8 steps. Visit the website, getbacktobasics.info, submit your name, email address. You'll get the PDF. It's a simple 8-step process. And then over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be emailing you videos covering each one of those steps. I'm going to show you what I cover in each one of those steps, so you know what you need to do to get employers to call you for job interviews. Visit that link in the comments or the description. Get that 8 steps. You need it. It works for me. I know it will work for you.